Hello everyone, and welcome back.
Yo.
So, you guys are going to spend the evening doing a little bit of shopping, I take it? Or a little bit of retailing?
I should probably get my armor fixed because it's still
Oh yes.
slightly
Oh,
acid
yeah.
splashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. You can probably find somebody who will do that, and it will probably take them like a day or so.
Might as well get it out of the way then.
Okay. What is the base value of your armor?
Oof, it's not that great. I would have to look it up in the PHP.
Chainmail's like 50 gold, I think.
It might be 75. I can.
Yeah. Okay. So I will say probably based off the value and how much damage is actually done to it, it will probably cost you 5 gold to get it repaired.
Okay. Oh. Subtract 5 gold. There we go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you are,
Awesome.
yeah, you are sans armor for.
I'm also gonna restock my darts a little bit. Because
Okay.
I used a few of them.
Yeah, you can restock those at cost.
Yeah.
I didn't realise the guy from Undertale had a surname.
Wow.
No.
Go.
So
I'm sorry.
yeah, you can restock darts at cost.
Anybody else need anything?
I'm good.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Okay. So I guess the question is, how much of your stuff from the dungeon are you retailing?
I mean, we have quite a list of shit.
Yes.
We do.
Yeah. Well, let's just start with what is valuable and what's not, because we have a set of guild and bombing tools.
Did I give you the values for those, or have I got
No.
them?
No, almost all the stuff you only said it's very expensive, or no actual gold values.
Okay. That is not the right document. Okay, so I will look those
I'm
up.
gonna put things in green or shit that we could probably sell.
Oh, why that green?
Because there wasn't any better. Fine, whatever. We'll make it pink just for you.
Oh, thank you.
Why? You guys suck. There you go.
Pink was easier to read than the green. Oh, that's much better.
That's a nice.
Light green on white was not a good color choice.
Listen, y'all are just weak.
So
I'm slow.
there was talk of getting some things identified as well.
Oh
My eyes
yes.
already hurt.
I don't know. We didn't really establish if it was magical, but the ornate inlaid lyre.
The ornate inlaid lyre with a small period of inspection is not magical.
Okay, it's just very ornate.
It is merely quite valuable.
And then there's the confusing one where you have an unidentified potion in brackets potion of invisibility.
Oh, I think we identified it and it turned out to be a potion of invisibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's all the other identifying has been done.
Well, you've still got a mace that you don't know what it does.
No, I.
Oh no. Yeah, you did spend some
I
time
did- I
and
did
work
figure
it out. Yes,
yeah.
I remember.
Hey guys, we should just color what we want to sell.
Okay.
Okay, so the set of embalming tools is worth about 25 gold.
Okay.
The lyre is worth about 30.
Okay.
The book of noble history that you obtained is worth about 25 gold.
Yeah, we actually had that
We had
value.
that.
Yeah.
Oops.
The set of navigator's tools is worth 25 gold. There are 4 bottles of fine wine worth 10 gold each. The Book of Ancient Elementary Mathematics is worth 25 gold. 8 lapis lazuli worth 10 gold each, 3 black pearls worth 500 gold each, and I believe that's all of it.
What was actually in the mummy research notes? I forgot.
Just a bunch of ancestral history for all of the tombs.
Alright, is there anything that anyone wants to keep for shits and giggles?
The only thing we haven't really done the price for.
history. Oh yeah, we've got a gold plated helmet from that chariot dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the gold-plated helmet. Yeah, let me go back. The gold-plated helmet is worth about 15 gold.
Oh, that was worth picking up then.
Yoink.
Wait,
who's removing stuff and where's it going?
Hey,
And I
you
think
were like,
Vondal's
does
keeping
anyone
the,
want to
history.
keep stuff for shits and giggles?
yeah, I said that as in, like, does anyone want me to unmark the purple stuff that we want
Yeah.
to
I
not
was
sell?
just gonna put
Not
it in
remove
Vondal's
it from the
section.
bag.
I'm not removing it from the bag, I'm putting it in Vondal's little section.
Oh, okay.
Still in the bag.
Oh.
Stuff in Vondal's bit.
Okay, so work out what it is that you're going to sell, and you can retail those.
Okay.
Yeah, most of them. This is a fairly commerce-oriented town, so
keep the value so we don't have to look them up if we decide to sell them at some point.
Okay.
Because there's no point in removing the values.
so
Anyone want to keep the wine? I don't know.
Damn it, Minnie, I already did that.
Hey,
I don't
we
think
can
wanna
use
keep
it
the
as
wine,
like
No one's really a big drinker.
no, but I don't know.
well, the only wine drinker in the party is Arya.
Yeah, and I can do with that.
Yeah,
If we
there we
ever
go,
go
we
back to like Silverbrook, yes.
Silverbrook.
Words.
Yeah, but it
Um,
might be vintage.
we could take it back as like a hey, look what we got.
Yeah.
That would
I
actually
mean,
be kind of nice, I think.
Would
if
it
we
be
kept
vintage
that.
to them though?
I feel
How
like
old
vintage
is
wine
this
is
wine?
vintage wine, right? Like,
Yeah, but how old? Yeah, but to them they can have like vintage wine that's like thousands of years old. Surely.
Yeah, but-
I mean,
Um,
this is thousands of years old.
Oh, is it? Oh, in that case,
Well, like
yeah, that's a
1,000
good
years
idea.
old. Yeah.
This
In that case,
this
that's
is
an
even
excellent
this is vintage to their standards
Yeah.
as well.
yeah.
In that case, yeah, that's a good idea.
Do we keep the wine? Or at least one bottle, I don't know.
We want,
Sure,
we
why
might-
not one bottle?
Yeah,
We'll give it as a gift to somebody important.
yeah.
Okay.
Like Lord and Lady Silverbrook.
Cool. So yeah, sell what you want. You can sell most of it at the values that I've given you, because this is a commerce town and people are willing to buy this shit because it's interesting to them.
Because it's good shit.
Hashtag good shit.
Uh,
Who's ready for maths with D&D?
I'll map
Different
it.
age.
Okay, so I
I
already
understand
left out the plats and the gold pieces that we had per
Yeah,
person.
that's awesome. Right, now, should we
Well, I'll
add
just
those
I'll
to
just
that
do
list?
the selling.
Okay.
Oh wait, do the selling
Every
first.
time I look at the group chat, I see those fucking pictures.
I'm sorry.
That is
so
so silly.
Supper.
by the time you have finished retailing, most of the stores are closing, and it is getting quite late into the evening.
Well, I guess now would be the. Oh, when
Let's
we get
see.
back in our room, it would
Thank
be
you.
would be the time to discuss our approach to deal with. Well, what's his name again?
Adaiah Irkalis.
Yes.
That sounds about right to me.
Okay. Oh. I'll just divvy it up.
That's a lot of gold.
Let's give money. Don't have any.
I mean, we could always like give each of us like some gold and then keep like general party funds.
Yeah, party funds.
Yeah. That's
That we
probably
use for like stuff like diamonds or
Hashtag-
spell components or
Who wants to be Laura Bailey?
hashtag party funds, which is basically just. Well, I guess Grim's carry the money because we can leave the gold in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
If the 1,945 is divvied up, like it's written there, 389 per person, then the 595 gold we leave in the bag of holding as party funds.
That's still a lot of gold to carry on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel
what
like
if we
Well, then should we
reverse
leave
that?
1,945 as the party funds in the bag of holding and just take 119 each?
well, if we just take 100 each, like having 100 on you should be more than enough to last you for a long ass time.
Yeah, I've got a lot of gold on me, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Well, how
content to
about-
Well-
leave my share in the party fund.
Well, how
Pers-
about mesh them all together, and then everyone fills up to a set amount to have on them.
Yeah, that's like we said, just everybody
Yeah.
fills up to 100.
I will say as well, selling all of this stuff and making all of this money has definitely drawn some attention from the merchants. You guys have come in with some very interesting pieces, and you've made a lot of money. So it's probably going to have an interesting effect on your reputation amongst the merchants for sure.
We've got a total. Anyone wants to reduce from the total to take some money.
So you
Probably
are
remove the sold items as well.
you make your way back to the tavern, or the slightly better than a tavern, the guest house.
A place of current respite.
Yes. What are you doing?
Well, I guess Vondal will explain the vault situation and then add it on by saying, well, not even Kelariis' method of tracking that knife we were looking for when we first got here would locate that thing.
It's not the vault that I'm concerned about, it's the access, but that's we'll have to trust that for now anyway.
I think it's good. I think it's a good option, or a good solution, at least for the time being.
But yes. I was considering, would you guys want to have a look in the city tomorrow, see if we can find some useful artifacts of our own? Now that we have the funds for it, or perhaps we should wait until after.
I mean, do we need anything in particular?
Well, I was more thinking like if we look at our options, it's easier to decide than. Because imagine we find like here, like anti-demon powder, let's say, that would be very useful.
How convenient that would be.
Anti-demon powder.
Look, just as an example.
I mean, I think there's no harm in looking. We're here in the city anyway.
Well, but besides that, we should also set up a plan to, well, proceed with our dealing with our slight problem in the council.
Yeah, but we need to talk to those adventurers first.
Yeah, I guess.
On the topic of anti-demon powers, by the way, by this point, with the sort of the shared link of experience between you and Crelestro now, Kelariis, you are now aware of the changes to freedom.
Oh, okay.
You are aware of what it does, what it can do now.
Nice.
Freedom!
Yeah, we still need a situation where we can actually deal with them, but
They may take our lives. They'll never take our freedom. But they will take its tongue.
wow.
No, the tongue is back.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It is now freedom's tongue again. So if we were to die, that we might not necessarily have our freedom taken off us, but we would have freedom's tongue taken off us, presumably.
Anyway.
So that's so in order to get an audience or an in, I assume we're gonna send Facera and Fee.
Okay.
Sorry, wait, where are we sending them?
To talk to the well, there will be like our way into talking
To speaking to the Stout Heart companions.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood where we were sending them for a second. I was like, I don't understand why.
The Forbidden City on their own.
Yeah, I was like, okay, first of all.
Yeah, sending me and Viscera to the Forbidden City.
We'll be fine.
Look, I have faith, but that's a lot.
I have faith, but not that much faith.
The worst that can happen is that she gets herself locked up.
You know, we still haven't researched that tech for increased faith regeneration.
Anyway.
Can't convert units fast.
But yeah, I think it's okay that me and Tallithsyr, I hate that name so much, go to the Stout or companions.
Stout Heart companions, yeah.
Yeah, companions, and they are stout of heart.
Well, they are led by a Stout Heart, by a character called Stout Heart.
It's fine.
Then you guys are just going to go shopping?
Shopping.
I guess.
Yeah, unless you want one of us to also.
I guess we're selling stuff, you're talking to Mercs?
If you want, I could come along. Considering like we would make like a full complement, like
Yeah,
representing.
send the Amber
you.
Eagle crew.
The Amber Eagle crew. We have a sub party in our party.
Yeah.
Well, you could
Yeah,
be
the
part
Eagle
of the
sub
party,
Yeah,
but
part of the cool club. No, you're not.
Wow. Damn.
I guess like I confirm with the Sarah, like she's also okay with that. Like I'm not gonna be like you have to go.
Yeah, she seems fairly happy to do that.
Okay.
can I leave it to
go,
me and
Mom?
Tallithsyr?
What did you say, V? Sorry?
No, you can leave that to me and Tallithsyr. It will be fine.
So, you don't want me along?
Well, you said you wanted to go shopping, so.
Well, I guess I'll keep an eye out for yours if anything might be of interest for you.
Okay.
Quick, where can we find carved wooden things that are cute?
Why
Little
exactly?
Carved wooden well, last time, you know, she's bought carved wooden ornaments in the past. No, I'm kidding.
So,
We'll
I
leave
was
that
making
for.
the joke.
half the party is going shopping and the other half is going to talk to... Well, two are going to talk to the Stout Hearts and the rest of you are going shopping, or is there other things that people want to do, see, talk to?
Do you
Yeah,
wanna,
pretty much.
Kelariis? Do you wanna, talk to the shadowy figures or whatever, or is that kind of
I don't really have any business with them.
okay? Very good to know.
At least not on my end. I don't know what they're up to.
Well, she said she'd contact you if they needed you, and she hasn't contacted you, so...
Well, as far as I'm concerned, that business is wrapped up.
Concluded. Never talk to them again. Perfect. Let's move on.
Okay. Well,
Okay. So, I guess the next day dawns, and you guys head out.
Yeah.
Guys who are going to the marketplace, are you looking for anything specific?
I don't think so.
No.
Maybe securing a couple of extra like healing potions would be nice, just in case.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
I
Maybe
have a
try and
couple, but I
secure
Yeah, you guys,
extra-
you guys can always go back to Dagran if you want to buy potions.
because like I have a couple like personally in my inventory, but I want to get one. Like I want to get a couple for Tallithsyr to carry, like on
Mhm.
my end, and I think like if anybody else doesn't have at least one, you might want to look into getting one just for emergency.
Yeah, I don't have any right now.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh no, I do have one. Just kidding.
Yeah, I have one greater, and I actually have like 2 potions. Those have potion of heroism on me. And then
I
we
also have
Wow.
the potion of invulnerability. If I don't know, at what point I was given that, but somebody can take it back if they want it.
You-
Look, we like stockpile potions and other resources
Yeah.
like
We
we're
do.
playing video games.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Ye-
we're those
And we
video game
don't
players
know.
that like.
You are Final Fantasying that Phoenix down right now.
Yup.
We really,
Well,
really
speaking
are.
of
I mean,
Speaking of Phoenix Downs, could I go about procuring one of our world's equivalents, i.e., 300 gold's worth of diamond?
You want to go buy diamonds?
I want to go buy diamonds.
You can certainly go and buy diamonds if you want to.
cleric's
I'm going to buy a 300
best
gold
friend.
diamond. Diamonds are a cleric's best friend.
Yeah, you can. I will say, with a decent amount of time going to various places, you can gather 300 gold's worth of diamonds if you want to buy some.
Cool.
So
Cool,
Vondal's
buy 300 gold
gonna.
worth of diamonds.
Is Vondal gonna prep revivify then, or
Yes.
whatever?
Yeah.
Well, we also have the
There's no
500
point in
gold diamond.
prepping- There's no point in me having Raised Dead constantly prepped because it takes a fucking hour to cast, so I can't do it mid-combat, and it lasts, and I can rest someone from 10 days, so it's possible to have a
Oh
long
my
rest, prep
God.
it, res them.
Okay.
10
Well,
days!
Yeah,
10
I only asked
days.
if Vondal's gonna have it prepped. I'm gonna take it off my prep list and sub in something else.
Why was it on your prep list if we didn't have the material components to cast it anymore?
I don't know.
Well, we did have we could
You-
actually cast it because
Well,
if
no,
you
we
use the
could have
5
cast it, yeah, using the...
and
yeah.
if you have it on your prep list, you can heal Vondal, which nobody else can.
Yeah.
Well, no, I can heal Vondal anyway because I have several methods of healing.
Yeah, but not if
Yeah,
you
you,
die.
yeah, you just can't res him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it would take a long rest to stop that. So that would be nasty.
Well, yeah. Okay, I'll keep it. Actually, yeah. I don't really think I have anything to sub in particular at the moment, so it's fine.
If you think you need something else, you can always swap it later.
Yeah.
I do.
But yes, Luka, provided it has been dead no longer than 10 days.
Yeah. Welcome to 10th level.
Wait, where did the
Woo!
party
Wait, no,
gold
that's not
go?
casting.
Oh, there it is.
At the top of the, I decided to make it large and at the top of the document.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
That's
smart.
I will
go
now
look
add
at
to
that,
my
yeah.
inventory 300
Uh,
gold's worth of diamonds.
So, cool.
Once again.
We still have 2 pickaxes in our party supplies.
What?
Yep.
Two?
Because you bought them in case you needed them in the thing.
Oh,
Down below.
right.
In the deep dark.
And we didn't.
No.
No.
There were no Darkest Dungeon obstacles for you to clear.
Oh well.
Well, let's say Vondal had been
Well, we
knocked
never
out.
know with you around, so.
Well, if
If
Vondal was
Vondal had been knocked
it
down.
would-
How would you... Yeah, if I died down there, how exactly were you guys gonna
Yeah, that's fair.
tunnel out again?
So,
The goal was to not have you die, but
Vondal acquires 300 gold's worth of diamonds, and the rest of you guys find yourself once again in Dagran's shop.
Well, I guess we'll just check the magic items.
Yeah, he's still peddling a number of interesting items. Let me find the list. Goodness, this is far back. Yes, he still sells healing potions of various sizes. He still has the Dust of Disappearance. He has, again, potions of climbing and water breathing, and various alchemical arrows.
What
well, we
kind
would-
of arrow?
The same ones that you bought previously. He has alchemical fire, acid, holy water, and glimmer.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of them.
Arya,
Do
did
we
you
know
wanna
what
pick a
demons are
different
weak to?
Not fire.
Well, we don't know what.
Maybe
what kind
holy water?
We don't really know what we're up against
Yes,
demon-wise.
good
If
idea.
it's
Holy water.
Holy water is typically a good bet.
Against demons, though?
Well,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
Not undead. Are they weak to radiant damage is the real question.
I
Y-
don't think so.
mechanically, because you fought a lot of demons, you know that they aren't particularly vulnerable to it, but you know it's one of the few things that they aren't resistant to.
Well, why don't I get, like, how much are they? I forgot.
I will give you the price list.
Like, how many do you
Sure.
have? There were 50. There were the
I
same.
don't
Dag-
have
as-
Dagran's store.
Okay,
I have, no exciting arrows right now. I've used all of them. Except for my +2s.
Okay.
I
So
mean, you
don't
can
have
literally
any
buy a
acid.
fuck ton of them.
Well, they're like 25 gold each, so they're quite.
yeah, they're not
Or 50, depending on the topping.
topping.
The topping. Like a fucking cake.
God, that's what I'm calling them now. It's just what's
Do
your topping?
not.
What flavor do you want?
What flavor do you want?
Would you
We've got
like some holy
we've
water
got-
flavored arrows?
Well,
we've got,
What would that
we've got
even
holy
taste
water,
like?
We've got poison. We've got fire. What do you want?
Holy
Uh.
water, I would assume, would taste like, I don't even know.
Water. I
Yeah,
reckon it just tastes like filtered water.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure.
Probably. That's mostly what it is.
The reason the alchemical fire arrows are more expensive is because if they fail the saving throw for the alchemical fire, they burn for 1d4 fire every round until they put it out.
They literally burn.
Which is pretty good.
Which is why the alchemical fire arrows are so much more expensive.
Low time.
They inflict permanent damage debuff until they are extinguished.
They inflict the burn condition. Quick, and then you better hope that the bad guy didn't buy any burn heals.
I hope you brought burn heal.
So when you reach that one part, it's like, I hope you brought antidotes, because you're going into a forest.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
You know what that means.
so yes, yeah, decide what it is that you want to buy. Other than that, your searches for magic items are actually, other than a number of magical trinkets, there's nothing really that much of interest. So yeah, unless
I
you
guess
unless there are common magic items that you are particularly looking for, there is not much.
Would a ladder fit, like a small ladder fit in the bag of holding?
A small ladder.
Like maybe 5 foot.
Why would you want a 5-foot ladder?
Because it can really help you being sneaky.
Yeah?
Just get a grappling hook.
Yeah, don't you have
I
a
guess.
There you go.
Well, I guess we do have a grappling hook, which would work.
Yeah, why do you want a 5-foot ladder? I thought the whole advantage of a ladder over like a grappling hook is it's more stable for like longer time.
If you need like 5 feet, just ask Kelariis to lift you up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like if Kelariis needs 5 feet, she can stand on the ladder and then.
If
She has
Kelariis
to.
needs 5 feet, she's taller than 5 feet.
No,
Well,
no,
if
but
I
I
need-
mean 5
I-
extra feet.
If I really need 5 feet, I can just Misty Step.
I guess
That-
that's.
Or you have
Badly.
you have a goddamn flying broom.
Also
Oh,
that.
that's also
We
true.
also have a flying broom.
But I don't like the flying broom.
Ah,
That's
Yeah,
also
well,
true.
You can take. Yeah, well, that's why you get Kelariis to boost you over,
so
and then. And then
It's
we
fine.
get.
Look,
everyone else gets the
I
flying broom.
think it might be useful in some situations, but we don't need it.
minor side note. I watched a video the other day of 5 magic items you should never give to low-level D&D parties, and one of them is the broom of flying.
I mean, I have got pretty good use out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
but it hasn't broken the game.
we haven't really abused it as much as you can.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's because we don't like necessarily abuse magic items.
Well, also because considering the chance that I could get knocked off my broom and plummet to the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't take a lot of risks, which is good.
Anyway.
Yeah, moving on.
So, yeah, unless anyone wants any common magic items, there is nothing.
Oh, that's fine.
Because I don't want the hat of wizardry, guys.
No, but Vondal, maybe you could help us get a little bit of holy water.
You know what? You know what I think? I think Grim should get a cape of billowing.
A cape of
God.
like, just taunt the enemy by
Yeah,
disrespecting them.
That would be great.
So,
I mean, let's be honest as well, actually. It'd draw aggro, and that's exactly what you want as the tank.
so yeah,
You'll be like, damn, that guy's billowing.
decide if you're buying health potions, any of the magic items or disposable consumables from Dagran. If you're looking for a common magic item, I would suggest looking it up and mentioning it. But in the meantime, the rest of you guys go and pay a visit.
It's just me and Cicera.
Well, yeah, okay. So you and Tallithsyr pay a visit to the Stoutheart Companions.
Like, do we know where they like live or staying?
You can find them fairly easily, because as you when you go out into the town, you ask a number of people if they know where the Stoutheart Companions are staying or where they are located. And yeah, it seems like a lot of people have heard of them and seem to know where they are staying. In fact, they seem to have had a run of recent success in the Forbidden City and have come back a substantial amount richer than when they left.
Thanks.
So you find them basically. They are renting a small space above a butcher's shop.
Okay. Can we just kind of knock on the door?
Yeah. So you rap on the door, and it is answered by a fairly stout-looking human man who seems to be in the process of like taking off his leather armor. And he sort of looks at the two of you and sort of like, "Can I help?"
Yes, hello, sir. We were wondering if we could talk maybe to the Stoutheart Companions.
He looks at you as you sort of as you say this, and there's a sort of there's a moment of "oh God, not again" in his face that is immediately obvious, and he's like, "Look, lady, I've said this to 100 other people, but we don't do jobs for free. So if you're looking for some help with something, then you'd best be prepared to pay for it."
No, I'm not looking for help. I just kind of wanted like, maybe ask some things because I heard that you guys did stuff with the Forbidden City, and you know, I have friends, and we also do like adventuring stuff, and we were wondering if we could get there, and we have like a bunch of other questions.
Tallithsyr interjects in your conversation and says, "Look, is Ramus in?" And he's like, "What do you want with Ramus?" He's like, "Well, he's the person we want to talk to." And it's like, "Well, why didn't you just say that?"
I don't know this Ramus.
But Tallithsyr does.
Yeah.
So he says, "Wait here a moment," disappears. A few months later, Ramus comes to the door. And he looks like he's been in the wars. Like, he has got, like, several long, like, cuts across his face that are sort of in the process of healing, and he's got, like, little strips of bandage that are sort of, like, secured to the wound by some sort of adhesive. But he sort of he sees you, doesn't quite recognize you, sees Tallithsyr, recognizes Tallithsyr, and sort of says, "Ah, Tallithsyr, I was not expecting to meet you again. How can I help? Forgive me, who is your friend?"
Hi, I'm V. It's yeah, we're friends and stuff, and I'm friends with a long-time friend of Tallithsyr, so hi.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Oh, please!
Yeah,
Where are my manners? Come in. Come in.
Thank you.
Yeah, he sort of directs you into this room, and like this room is, it's packed with adventurers. Like it takes you back to the days when you guys were all camped out in one room of the tavern in Silverbrook. Like the floor space is quite clearly being used by like multiple adventurers. And it's kind of crammed, but like Ramus just sort of like grabs a couple of chairs and just like drags them out into the hallway, and you guys just sort of sit in the hallway because there isn't really any room for you to sit in the actual room itself. And he sort of says, word is that you've been on some adventures.
Oh, yeah. Well, a little bit. Mostly to like catacombs and stuff. But that's not really important to what is happening right now, or what we need to know, or something like that. We were kind of wondering how you got into to the Forbidden City in the first place, because we've kind of heard a lot of things about it, but we don't really know how to get in, or where it is, or how any of that stuff.
He sort of smiles and so, like he looks to Tallithsyr for a moment and then looks back at you and says, "Well, considering you're a rival adventuring company, I'm not really sure I should be telling you, but it's not exactly uncommon knowledge around these parts, so I don't think anyone would mind too much if I told you. Essentially, well, if you do not know where you're going, you will need a guide, but out into the desert about 3 days' travel, you will encounter... how best to describe it? Have you ever seen a mirage before? Or any kind of illusion magic?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Well, it will appear as almost like an illusion or a mirage, where you'll step out of the desert and you can see spires and towers that appear to be there but not there. And if you head towards them, you will encounter a magic field. It is perfectly harmless to most people, but I have done some investigation myself. I have a minor curiosity with the realms of magic. I suspect that if you are a primordial, then the barrier is designed to keep them secured away inside, but it has weakened over time. There are some that are able to slip through the barrier. Mortals ourselves being the sort of candidates for that.
So that's all? You just kind of walk in?
Pretty much.
Wow. So I also kind of heard that you guys, like some guy from the council or something, even like congratulated you? How was that?
He smiles and like there's like the faintest hint of sort of like a blush. And he's sort of like, yes. We recovered something that was quite notable, a magical artifact. Word of it got to some higher ups, and Yes, they came down and sort of congratulated us on a job well done. As members of the Stoutheart Companions, we don't usually like to take too much credit for things, but it is nice to be honoured every now and again.
So what was he like? Was he just sort of saying that you guys did a really good job? Did he take any interest in the artifact or something like that?
Well, he asked to see it, and we showed it to him, and he congratulated us on such a find. I do not think he knew exactly what it was that he did, but he certainly seemed impressed. And at this point, Gramus pauses and thinks for a moment and says, "Come to think of it, he did ask some odd questions.
Like what?
Well, for starters, he asked if we had ever met you. Not you specifically, but the Amber Eagle."
Oh. Cool. I didn't know we had such a big name. V says uncomfortably.
Without meaning to cause offense, neither did I. After all, I did not know about whom it was he was talking until he mentioned Tallithsyr.
Oh. Okay. What did he say about us then?
Well, it was more a matter of curiosity. It was, had we ever met you? Did we know where you were staying? Did we know anything of your adventures? It was not until he mentioned that I knew that you were going to the catacombs.
Oh. Wow. What, it really does get around, huh? I didn't really know that anyone knew that we were going to the catacombs. Aside from the people in the library, of course.
Yeah, as an out-of-character note, nobody did.
Yeah.
Well, actually, with two notable exceptions, the only people who you actually told that you were going that weren't part of the library was Raurai and the Mistcaller. But yeah, and he says, he asked a lot of questions. Admittedly, we couldn't really answer a lot of them because, well, having only met Tallithsyr once, I did not know too much about you. I merely knew that you existed. It makes sense now. V, you are Levithyl.
Yes?
Sorry, I did not connect the names at first.
Oh, he knew my name too.
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
Wow.
I assume he read your articles of incorporation.
Wait, what? Oh, like the.
Oh.
Yeah.
Legal stuff, papers.
Yeah. That does make sense.
At least that's what I imagine.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anything else? Like, was he saying anything in particular, or like?
Oh, he made a lot of pomp and.
Make weird hand gestures at you guys.
Oh, he certainly did do a lot of hand gestures. He is a very flamboyant man. No, he made a big show of it, and he invited Stoutheart and a few of the senior members to some dinner that he's holding.
Oh, has this dinner already happened?
No, I believe it is tomorrow.
Where's this dinner happen then? Is this like a council thing, or is it like at a cool local restaurant thing?
I believe it is up in the council quarters. I believe the councillor Irkalis is his name, I believe. He is hosting it along with a number of the other members of the council to thank some of the mercenaries teams for doing their part in keeping the Forbidden City under control. We certainly ran into our fair share of terrors there that I am glad are still behind the barrier.
Yeah. Wow. thank you so much for telling us all of this. Maybe if I think of something else, I might come back to ask you more questions. But this has been really, really helpful, and I think I have a lot to tell the others.
Oh, you're leaving already?
Well, we have a lot of adventuring to get up to.
Oh. I must
Yeah, we
have.
just come out of the catacombs, but like, there's so much stuff to do, so can't really sit still.
We are still recovering and enjoying ourselves. In fact, I was to invite you if you wish to partake. We have some wine and some food, but if you have to go, then maybe another time.
Well, it's fine. Maybe we'll show up at the dinner as well. Maybe he'll invite us because he seemed to like us so much. I don't know.
I'm sure there would be a way to get an invite somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Tallithsyr, is there anything else you wanted to ask or say?
Tallithsyr seems to be going through a similar sort of revelation to the one that you're having, and it's sort of like, no, I don't think so. Thank you, Baroness. It was nice to meet you again. I'm glad you're doing okay. He sort of says, yes. And you too. I will admit I have thought about what happened between us. I'm still sorry. And Tallithsyr is like, it's quite alright. I think about it a lot too. He sort of says, well, yeah, I will see you out. And yeah, you are seen out.
Okay, Tallithsyr, we really, really, really need to find the others.
Okay. You regroup.
Shenanigans.
Oh, are we regrouped?
Yep, you can regroup.
Okay.
Regroup in private, presumably.
Yeah.
Well, you can regroup wherever you want to.
Back in the room.
No. Not in the
No?
room. Not at the tavern.
No?
Anywhere else.
Okay.
Anywhere else? Okay.
Actually, probably
Maybe private.
everywhere is bad. Who knows?
Can we potentially walk out city for a bit?
You can leave the city if you want to.
Or would that would be
Sorry, say that again?
no, like, or would that to the others, like, would that be
Too suspicious?
yeah.
Yeah, it might be
I mean, I feel we've taken a walk outside the city before, right?
My
Yeah, but
question
that was
is...
to go do a thing.
No, like, I think we've
I mean, nobody's really gonna question it if you just, like, walk out of the city, walk around, and then walk back in again, because that's a perfectly normal thing to do.
We can
Also,
do that.
it's not like we have much to hide anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like things have basically been figured out.
I think we still have a very key thing to hide, which even if we think he's discovered it, we should still talk about as if he hasn't discovered it, because better safe than sorry. Also, he might not have discovered it. I.e. the fact that we know.
Anyway, we should discuss this in character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, are you taking a walk outside of the city?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, I guess you guys leave the city, wander a short distance away from the walls, and then begin to talk. As you are talking, Kelariis, you have a weird, like, moment of deja vu standing outside the city, but deja vu as being somebody else.
right. Oh, great.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Kind of like pause
Yeah.
for a minute, shake my head, and like keep going.
Yeah, you turn, like, look back towards the city gate, look up at the top of the wall, and you're just like, I can throw up there.
I can throw real good up there.
I could totally hit that shot.
Amazing.
Okay, guys, everything is really bad.
How bad?
So we talked to Tallithsyr's friend at the Stoutheart Companion, and he basically said that Irkalis asked a lot of questions about us. So the whole
Great.
thing that we did, taking out that that guy with his demons. I don't think it had much effect because he clearly knows who we are now. And he also knows where we're staying.
Correction. Rama said he couldn't answer that question because he didn't know.
Oh, right. Or at least he did ask where we're staying, but he might not know that yet. Might. And he knows my name, and then I'm part of the Amber Eagle, and yeah, lots of things. And also he invited a bunch of the Sad Heart companions to go to a dinner party tomorrow evening, so that's pretty bad.
Do we know where?
At the council
Well,
building?
yeah, because you know the old palace is now the council complex, which is all a series of buildings that houses all of the councillors. So it's somewhere in that building complex.
And I'm worried he's gonna do something to the people going there, or do more of his weird charming spells. Yeah, it sounds pretty bad.
See, since he's been asking for us, maybe we could get an invite by making an appearance.
I kind of said that, but I think that was mostly me joking because I feel like he should not know that we're there.
Yeah, I would prefer that as well. But
Yeah, that would be...
We do have a way to invite us suivors, so.
Well, here's the thing as well. If he knows about the Amber Eagle thing, we can safely assume probably knows Grim as well.
yeah, definitely.
But it might also
And maybe you too, Vondal, because it was the whole signing up thing.
I was there, yes.
Yeah.
But then he already knew Kelariis.
Right.
But he might not know Arya.
Yes, but by extension and extrapolation of what you already know, right now Arya is probably the safest person to say that, yeah, he probably doesn't know about Arya.
I'm a chateau.
A shadow or a chateau?
Who would
A chateau.
Chateau.
I don't know why I said it like chateau.
Chateau. You're a large country
Chateau.
house.
I am a large French country house.
Or just
Darling,
push.
How gorgeous chateau you've got.
Anyway.
We head to the drawing room. But yeah,
Well,
see, we need to be there, but he doesn't need to know we'll be there.
But we don't even know exactly where it is. Can't exactly just go in and tromp around.
well, saying that, what if we made someone invisible to do that exact thing?
I will also mention for
Man.
Luka's benefit, when you were in Irkalis' manor, you do remember a grand dining hall.
Okay.
You did pass through one.
So, what I would suggest is we make our entry, or we get to the entry point underground, from the sewer, the entry point from the sewer into the area we need to be. We have V turn Arya or herself invisible, and have them take a look, and then go from there.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Then
Probably
what?
the soundest plan we've had in a long time.
But then what do the others do? Because we all need to be in there.
So,
Well,
well,
we'd have to be on hold until you could confirm the location. At which point you'd get us there.
did you see any windows in the dining room? Because I assume it has windows.
There are windows on the... It is a high-ceilinged room with windows that run along the top. Presumably so that in the sun and heat, the room doesn't get, stiflingly hot during the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But there are there are upper windows.
Because
Actually-
what we really need to be able to do is get some magic in there.
Yeah, but see, the reason I asked is because what if we could get you on the broom? And I don't know how far away you can dispel things, but if you could you dispel it through a window?
Choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range.
I guess it depends on how far
It's
away
a
you are.
range of 120 feet, so it depends how high the window is.
You have to be within 120 feet, and
Yeah,
you have to be able to see the target.
be able to see the target.
Well, I assume like 120 feet should be able to get to the other side of the room, right?
But if it's a high window, it has to go down as well.
Yeah, but like
I don't think it's gonna be 120 feet.
120
Yeah,
feet is
that's still-
pretty
120 feet is like a long way.
That depends how big the room is, though.
like
Well, the room is not 120 feet long, I will tell you that
like
much.
even if let's say
Okay.
that the room is 80 feet long, then like the window could be like 30 feet up, and you would still make it. No, even
That's a
more.
fucking high window.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
just to like
Okay, fair.
yeah.
In that case, yeah, I can probably.
So the range is probably not an issue.
Yeah. The real question, I guess, the only question to remain is what exactly is he using to disguise himself?
Also, I will point out that whilst this is a good plan, you will be flying on a broom outside of the complex that is like surrounded by guards usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but like as soon as this happens, everything is gonna go down immediately.
Can you make the
So-
broom invisible?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, what if you're invisible? That should be enough, right?
Well, I will also mention that I still have a scroll of dispel magic. I can do
You
it.
do also still have a scroll of dispel magic. You could do it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's well, as long as you make sure
So
you aren't
you could
spotted.
literally just sneak in there invisible with Arya and dispel
That's
the
what it
magic.
is, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, can't you only?
Invisibility and pass without trace. Yeah, just make sure you're
Advantage
not
plus
within-
10. Let's go.
Yeah.
I will point out though, the moment you cast Dispel Magic, you will become visible.
Yeah, but at that point,
Well,
you
that's
will.
fine.
But you still have
Everyone
pass
will be
without
like,
trace.
"Holy shit, demon!"
Although
Yeah.
if it fails,
Yeah, that will
Um,
be a bigger concern.
if it
Yeah, but you
fails,
still have pass
we are.
without trace. So if you were out of sight to begin with,
Because yeah, the thing I will remind you is that because you have a scroll of Dispel Magic, it casts at the base level of Dispel Magic.
Oh balls!
So it would definitely have to be, like, if we wanted to be sure, it would have to be all
yeah,
casting.
but yeah.
But like,
What
I think
level would I want to blow dispel magic at though? Am I going all out with a 5th level dispel magic?
Is that the only 5th level spell slot you have?
No,
It might be
I've
worth
got
it.
2 5th level spell slots.
I think we should risk it.
Yeah, because if that doesn't work, then, I mean, we're pretty fucked, but, like,
Yeah, like it would be terrible if we held back, and that's why we failed.
yeah.
Also, it's just like good old counterspell in that even if I cast it at a higher level and it's still higher, then the check is still the same.
Yeah, but we don't want to leave it to chance if we can.
No, I know what you mean. I guess the real question is, how many illusions magics do we know that can disguise a person like that?
That is an Arcana check.
I'll Arcana check as well.
Yeah, we should probably, as many people as possible should do this, because we need to know.
Yeah.
No?
So, could I
Rolls are
specifically know
terrible today.
more? Would I know more because of the fact that it's demon related or fiend related, or is this like just a general check? Well, it doesn't really.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Puck's Blessing would technically count here, because it's knowing what demons are capable of.
Also, hang on. Ah.
Well, that does not seem
Wait,
great.
Arya, what was your favorite enemy again? Monstrosities and...
It's fiends and monstrosities.
Oh.
Quick, you do it as well.
Oh yeah, so you have advantage to recall information about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're all
Make
thinking
your
about this.
Arcana check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our highest roll so far is not great.
13.
19?
Thank you, Luka. Thank you, Blair.
Who's Blair? Thank you.
Blair.
whoever you are.
Thank you, almighty Blair.
Isn't that like what sheep do?
The sheep
Wow.
do.
Anyway.
What?
No,
Blair.
sheep do, like sheep's Blair.
No, they
I
don't.
don't know what kind of sheep.
Bleat.
they bleat, but like,
Oh, they
oh,
bleed. Oh,
What?
Seriously, I have to move my laptop.
Yeah. Okay. But
yes.
we can take a break, and I will explain this afterwards.